Welcome to another training session from Uplatz. In this session, I'm going to discuss about inheritance in Java. So before proceeding to inheritance, let us try to understand what sort of relationship can we establish among classes. Okay, so I would like to show you a presentation for the same. The relationship among classes can be broadly classified into two types, and they are inheritance and association. So I'm just focusing on inheritance in this video, and we will be discussing about association in the subsequent videos. So association can be again classified into aggregation and composition. Now inheritance is also called as is a relationship, whereas association is called as has a relationship. Now let us try to understand what is the definition for inheritance. The process by which one class acquires the properties and functionalities of another class is called as inheritance. Or to put it in other words, it is the process by which objects of one class acquires the properties of the object of another class. Now, what is the aim behind inheritance? It is to provide reusability of code so that a class has to write only the unique features and rest of the common properties and functionalities can be extended from the other class. That is, you write only the essential features or the unique things that are common to this class, and all the other things can be inherited from some other class. Now, please see this example, that is class XYZ extends ABC. So extends is the keyword which is used to which is used to implement inheritance in Java. So here XYZ is called as a child class or the subclass which is inherited from the superclass or parent class called as ABC. So what is the thing which I have written here? That is class XYZ extends ABC. ABC is the parent class or the superclass, and XYZ is called as the child class or the subclass. In Java, we call it as a superclass and subclass. To understand it in a better way, I am referring the superclass as a parent class and the child class as a subclass. So class XYZ is inheriting the properties and methods of ABC class. Now, what are the advantages if we have inheritance in our project? That is code reusability. That is, if we write a common code in a superclass, then all the child classes which are inherited from it can use the code again and again. So code reusability is one of the advantages of inheritance. And the next thing is cost cutting. That is, I don't have to program from the roots. That is, if some features are there, I can just use it. And then which features are unique to this particular class, I should write only that. So cost cutting is the and reduce redundancy. What is redundancy? Redundancy means repetition of code. All of us know that memory is a limited resource and time of a programmer is also very valuable. So he doesn't have to write he or she doesn't have to code it while coding, has to write the code again and again. Whichever common code is there, he can put it inside a class and that can be inherited by other classes. So that is why reduced redundancy, code reusability, and cost cutting are the major advantages of using inheritance in our program. Now, let us try to understand what are the different types of inheritance that are there in Java. So there are different types of inheritance like single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. So let us try to understand all these things better. So let us take single inheritance first. Once you observe single inheritance, you can see two classes here. That is, class B is inherited from class A. So which is the superclass here? Class A is the superclass and class B is the subclass or the child class. So let me write a program to demonstrate single inheritance. Let me open the NetBeans IDE. So I will create a new project. Java application, click on next and write the project name as inheritance the inheritance example. So you have this inheritance example here, and let me just remove this comment section so to reduce the clutter. So Now, in this, under this packages, first you declare an animal class. That is class animal. Now, what are the function, like what is the behavior of an animal? That is, all of us know that animals eats, animals sleeps and all. So I'll just write one method called as public void eat, and I will just print that system dot out dot println animals are eating. Okay, fine, animals are eating. And then next is public void sleep. Public void sleep. And then in this I'm writing system dot out dot println animals sleep. Animals like bear sleep for, I don't want to make this more generalized. So animals sleep. Then now I can write one more class, that is class dog extends, that is a keyword for which represents inheritance in Java, extends animal. And in this class dog extends animal, and I'm writing a functionality which is unique to dogs, that is public void bark. And in this, under this I'm writing system dot out dot println system dot out dot println, I can just println dogs bark. Okay, system dot out dot println dogs bark. Okay, that's it. So class dog extends animal. So I have written two classes here. The first superclass is called as animal class, and I have written two functions in two methods in that. That is public void eat and public void sleep. And I have written a subclass called as dog, which is extended or which is inherited from the superclass called as animal. So in this class, I have written a method which is unique to the dog class, and that is public void bark. Now, as all of us knows that execution of a program starts from the main. So I have to access this dog class from inside the main. So how do I access a class which is declared outside? One second, class animal, class dog, inheritance example. I should create an object of the dog, of the subclass here. Why am I creating an object of the subclass? Because the object of the superclass what all things which you have written inside the superclass by default will, because of inheritance, will come into the subclass. So always I create an object of the subclass. So dog D is equal to new of dog. And then what should I do? That is D dot, I am calling, you see, even though I have not declared these eat and sleep are the methods of the animal class, but still it is available to the subclass because it is inherited from the superclass animal. So all the methods and whatever you declare inside the animal class is available to the dog class also. So I'm just calling D dot bark. There is no need type. I have just click on the things, and then D dot eat, and then D dot sleep. These are the methods which I have written. So that's it. Now let me try to run this program, that is inheritance example.java, run file, and you can see the dogs bar, animals are eating, animals sleep. Okay, so so this is an example for simple inheritance or single inheritance in which only two classes are there, that is a superclass as well as a one superclass and subclass which is inherited from the superclass. Let us try to see the other program as well. the other inheritance. That is nothing but multi-level inheritance. Let us try to see an example for multi-level inheritance. So what is multi-level inheritance? That is class B is inherited from class A, and then class C is inherited from class B. So I'm just going to modify the above program. That is, I'm just going to modify this program. That is, I'm going to write one more class here. That is class, in order to demonstrate multi-level inheritance. That is multi-level inheritance. There are different level of more than one level of classes. Okay, so I'm writing like this: class Labrador extends dog. Class Labrador extends dog. So in this, I will write public void breed. And then I'll write system dot out dot print ln the breed is Labrador. Now I will save this, and then I should create an object of the Labrador class here. So Labrador L1 is equal to new of Labrador, and then L1 dot you can see that L1 dot breed. So all these functionalities of the animal class as well as the dog class is available to the Labrador class. So I'll show you the suggestions. L1 dot, you can see L1 dot bark was a method written in the dog class. So that is available to the Labrador class, and eat and sleep are the methods of the animal class that is also available to Labrador, because all the properties of the animal class are inherited into the dog class, and from there, from the dog class, all those functionalities are inherited into the Labrador class. So this is an example for multi-level inheritance. Okay. So L1 dot, I just wanted to show you, that is L1 dot sleep is there, L1 dot sleep is there, L1 dot what bark is there, everything is there. So all these things can be inherited into this particular class. Okay. So let me run this and run file. We can see the output. The breed is Labrador. Okay. So this is an example for multi-level inheritance. Now let us see the other inheritance. Sorry. Let us see the PPT. So already I discussed what is single inheritance and what is multi-level inheritance. Now there is one more type of inheritance. There are three more types of inheritance, and the other one is multiple inheritance. What is meant by multiple? Multiple means more than one. So here in this particular example, you can see that class A is inherited from class B and class C. So more than one class is involved in this case. So let me tell you, this type of inheritance is not supported in Java. I'll show you. That is, let me just open one, create one more class here. That is new Java class. Multiple inheritance, multiple inheritance class. Click on finish. So let me just remove this. So in this, I will write one class, that is class A, and then I'm writing system dot out dot print ln inside class A, and then should put this inside one method, that is public void m1 public void m1. So inside the class I have declared a method called as public void m1, and I have written a message inside this method right inside class A. Now I'm going to write one more class called as class B. So class B, and inside the class B, the same one more same method I'm going to write. The signature of the method is the same. What is meant by signature? The name, the return type, everything is the same. So public void M1. Class B also has the same method name, that is M1. And inside this, I'm writing system dot out dot println inside class B. Okay, I'm inside class B. So there is no relation. There are two. What have I written in this program? I have written two different classes, that is class A and class B. There is no relationship among these two classes. Okay. Now I'm going to write, and but the thing is that both these classes have a method which is having the same name. That is, what is the name of the method? M1. So signature of the method is the same in both the classes. Now I am going to write a third class, that is class C. I'm showing you an example which demonstrates multiple inheritance in Java. Extends A comma C, A comma B. So class C extends A comma B. The moment I write this, I am getting an error. Okay, because multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. Because if I write a class like this, then this M1 method will be inherited twice. First from via class A and second via class B into class C. And that creates an ambiguity to the compiler. When two things of the same name exist, it is an error in Java. Only a unique name in the function name should be unique in the, that is, two things cannot be with the same name cannot be inherited into the child class. It will create ambiguity to the Java compiler. So multiple inheritance. So the basic thing you should understand is that multiple inheritance is not supported by Java. If I write A comma B, that moment itself I'll get an error, because Java does not support multiple inheritance. So this program is not valid in Java. So multiple inheritance is supported by many other languages, but let me tell you, multiple inheritance is not possible in Java, and that concept can be possible by using another thing called as interfaces in Java. So we will be learning about interfaces in the subsequent video. So let us focus on inheritance now. And now I am going to discuss about the third type of inheritance, which is nothing but hierarchical inheritance in Java. So what is hierarchical? So already we saw three types of inheritance, that is single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and multiple inheritance. And as I said, multiple inheritance is not supported in Java, as it creates ambiguity to the compiler, and that is an error in Java. It creates a compile time error. So next is hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance means two classes, that is class B and class C, are inherited from a common class, that is nothing but class A. And I will be showing you one example for that. So let us try to create one more class here. New Java class. I will write hierarchical inheritance class. Okay, click on finish. So new class came over here, class hierarchical inheritance class. And then I'm writing the class animal here, class animal, and inside the animal class animals, because one more animal is there in the same project. That is why I got an error, class animals. And in this, I will write the methods which are common to animals, that is public void eat, and then system dot out dot print ln, system dot out dot print ln animals eat. And then I'm writing another class called as class dogs extends animals. Class dogs extends animals. And inside the dog class, I write public, I'm writing one method, public void bark. And then I write system dot out dot print ln dogs bark. And then now I'm writing one more class, that is class cats extends animals. So you can see that from the animals class, two classes are inherited, which are those dogs and cats. So I'm writing one functionality which is common to cats, that is public void meow. And in this, writing system dot out dot println system dot out dot println cats meow. Cats makes meow sound. Okay, so you can see here that is there is one superclass called as animals, and there are two child classes which is inherited from the same parent, that is dogs and cats. This is an example for hierarchical inheritance. And let me tell you, Java supports this type of inheritance. Now I will go to public, then I'll write this public static void main here, public static void main string args. Static void main string argument is, and then inside this, let us create an object of the dogs class first. So dogs d1 is equal to new of dogs. And then you can see the d1 dot, we can see the d1 dot eat is a method which I have written in the superclass called as animals, d1 dot eat, and then d1 dot bark. Okay, and then I'm going to the cats class. Let me create an object of the cats class, that is cats c1 is equal to new of cats, and then c1 dot meow, and then c1 dot I also have this c1 dot eat. You see, so what is the logic of this type of inheritance? That is the common methods. I will put it inside the superclass so that they need not be written again and again in the subclasses which are inherited from the superclass. So it saves memory as well as time. So the common functionalities will be put inside the parent class. So by default, even though I have not overridden these methods eat inside the dogs and the cats class, by default, because of inheritance, I'm able to access all these methods declared in the superclass from the child classes. Let me just run this program, that is hierarchical inheritance class. Run file. Cancel one error it is showing. Oh, new of cats. I have written one small c here, that's why it's showing some error. So if I run this, let me just save this. You see dogs bark, cats make meow sound, animals eat. Okay, because I call this eat methods, I'm getting all those. Dogs also, I am calling from this thing. Now let me ask you one question. If I declare, is it possible to, if I create an object of the superclass, will I get an error? The answer is no. But the only problem is that I will be able to access only the methods declared inside that class. That is, if I create an, I'll show you. That is, I'm going to declare an object of the animals class. Animals A is equal to new of animals. New of animals. And then A dot, only one method will be accessible to the superclass, and that is eat. You see, the methods declared in the child class is not accessible to the superclass because it is at the top of the hierarchy. Only the child classes are inherited from it. It is not able to access any of the methods declared in the subclasses, that is the cat and the dogs. You can create an object of the superclass, well and good, but you will not be able to access you will be able to access only the methods declared inside it. You will not be able to access the methods declared inside the child class. Now let us move on to our presentation, our documentation. And that is, so we covered hierarchical inheritance, and next comes the last type of inheritance, that is hybrid inheritance. Let me tell you hybrid inheritance. What is the meaning of hybrid? That is when more than one type of inheritance is involved in a program. It is called as hybrid inheritance. Okay, so if you consider this program, let me divide this program into this diagram into two parts. If I take the topmost part, what is this? The topmost part of this diagram represents hierarchical inheritance, whereas the bottommost portion, that is class B, class C, and class D, this represents what? This represents multiple inheritance. Okay, so it's a combination, and we know that multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. So hybrid inheritance is also not there in Java, because Java does not support multiple inheritance. We don't have hybrid inheritance in Java. So that is all in this video. We will be doing more videos on inheritance. So please continue watching. Thank you so much.